Hi, this is Michelle Wolf with American Retirement Group. I'm excited that you're here watching our presentation because that means you're part of the top 10% of realtors. And I promise that by the end of this presentation, you'll be part of the 1% because we'll be sharing with you our 30 plus years of industry insights in the next 18 minutes. And you will learn how this powerful loan program will increase your transaction referrals and take your income to the next level. So what will we be covering today? Part 1, Introduction to ARG. Who are we? Why listen to us? What is a reverse mortgage? Specifically, the reverse mortgage insured by FHA called the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, HECM for short. Part 3, how do reverse mortgages lead to more transactions and referrals for you? And lastly, why partner with us? American Retirement Group, ARG for short. We are a full-service mortgage broker specializing in helping seniors with all their lending options to maximize their home equity. With over thousands of seniors served, we are subject matter experts in reverse mortgages. And not only do we specialize in reverse mortgages, we specialize in all the traditional forward loans. We are partnered with over 90 banks and lenders, so whatever loan program is out there, we have access to it, and we will make sure that your client gets the best terms and service and that you will too as well. And we are nationwide. We can currently do loans in over 30 states, and in the next 90 days, we'll be in almost all 50. If you stay till the end, I'll be going over this one pager of all the different ways reverse mortgages will lead to more transactions and referrals for you. First, I'd love to cover with you why this senior demographic is so important to your business. It is such a huge market, yet it is so underserved. Probably the most eye-opening statistic is that in the last 2 years, over 40% of transactions nationwide were done by senior homeowners. Doesn't it make sense then for you to really understand this demographic? The Silver Tsunami is here, representing those baby boomers turning 62 every day. Basically, there's so much research out there. You don't even need statistics. Just look everywhere. Now that I mention it, as you go grocery shopping, pumping gas, walking your dog, you're going to see seniors everywhere you look. And home equity currently represents over 50% of most seniors' net worth. Did you know that there's over $18 trillion in senior housing equity alone in the United States? The key question is, how is that home equity working for them? Because if it's just sitting on the sidelines, isn't that just like stuffing money under a mattress? And many seniors feel stuck or wait too late to sell their home. There's so many reasons they need to sell. Their home is just too big or too old. Two-story homes, hoarding situation. They can't afford the upkeep or the mortgage payment, health issues, gray divorce. That is the highest percent of current divorcees. It's divorce amongst 50 years and older. And some just want to move closer to family, to kids, to grandkids. And we like to call that right sizing instead of downsizing or upsizing. Seniors really need that extra nudge from you as their trusted real estate advisor. So if reverse mortgages are powerful loan programs for seniors, especially during this time, why is there a stigma? Most of you might not even know what a reverse mortgage is and how it works, yet when you go out there, we want to prepare you. When you use those two words, you might get some negative reactions, like people questioning if this is a scam. Are you sure you know what you're getting into? So we're going to cover some facts and history so you're educated and can prepare for those objections. You might hear questions and objections like, is the bank going to take title to the home and leave my children heirs with nothing? Well, back in the 1960s when the first reverse mortgages were released, that was true and there were other unfavorable terms for the borrowers, but that changed in the 1980s when President Reagan completely overhauled the reverse mortgage. No longer is the bank on title. The reverse mortgage is just a lien on title, just like a traditional 30-year fixed. And now FHA insures the reverse mortgage, and that program is called the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, or HECM, HECM for short. Since then, there have been numerous safeguards put into place to protect senior homeowners and provide many favorable benefits. A reverse mortgage is a type of loan that allows older homeowners to cash out some of their home equity without making monthly loan payments. So, who qualifies for a reverse mortgage? At least one borrower must be 62 or older. It must be their primary home. It has very lenient income qualifications, which is important because seniors are on a fixed income, so there aren't traditional credit or DTI requirements. Approved property types. So what are the benefits of a reverse mortgage? The most important benefit for most seniors is not having to make a monthly mortgage payment ever again. Imagine that. Biggest monthly expense gone. And now for seniors who are on a fixed income, having that extra cash every month to use for whatever purpose, imagine how that could change their life, the quality of their life. And for seniors maybe who don't have a mortgage at all and don't need access to that cash right away, they can get a line of credit to access tax-free income and cash that automatically grows every year. And we'll be covering a little bit about how it's so different from traditional lines of credit that's offered by the banks. So you might be asking, what's the catch? Well, it's not for everyone. Reverse mortgages are only for seniors with sufficient equity. And this slide covers some of the major differences between the traditional home equity lines of credit that most of you might be familiar with versus the line of credit that's part of the home equity conversion mortgage, the reverse mortgage line of credit. And we'll cover this in more detail in a different video. Best way to explain and share how the reverse mortgage is so powerful for senior homeowners is to share the story of a client we're working with right now. They're in their 80s who own a condo, beautiful condo in Maui, free and clear. They lived in there for a long time, and the estimated property value, $1.2 million. HOA expense, about $1,100 a month. Not cheap to live in Maui. Fixed income, they're only getting about $2,800 from Social Security. So you can imagine they're struggling to pay their bills because it doesn't cover grocery bills, transportation, insurance, medical bills, right? Just the basic cost of living was stressful for them and their adult children who are trying to help their parents. So they went to their local banks to apply to see what kind of financing they could get to help relieve some of the stress. And guess how much they could qualify for when they tried to apply? They couldn't even get a cash out refinance because why? They didn't have enough income to meet the debt to income ratio requirements. So the bank could only qualify them for a $60,000 traditional home equity line of credit. So you can imagine that within a few years, they maxed out their home equity line of credit, and that's when their son-in-law called our company and asked, is there any loan program, anything out there you can help my parents? They've got this so much equity in their home, but they don't want to sell because where are they going to move? They want to stay in their home. And after educating them about the reverse mortgage, guess how much they qualified for? $750,000 and no monthly mortgage payment. So they elected to take a lump sum out, and this is going to not only help pay for the senior couple's living expenses and improve their quality of life, they're able to take some of that money and give it to their children to rebuild the home that was lost in the devastating Lahaina wildfires. Isn't this amazing? So powerful, right? How does the reverse mortgage, the HECM, benefit realtors? Let's dive into how reverse mortgages lead to more transactions and referrals for you. So if you look at the left-hand column, if you work with our company and we educate them about their options and show them their specific scenario, you can help the senior buy a second home or a vacation home using their home equity. You can help that senior buy a rental property with the equity that they can tap into, or help their adult children or grandchildren buy their first home by using some of their equity as a down payment gift. because I'm sure you know families where the adult children are still living in the home because they can't afford the down payment. But if you could show them and we could work together to show them how they could tap into that home equity and start creating a living legacy of helping their children and grandchildren buy their first home, wouldn't that be really empowering and exciting for the family and for you to be that go-to agent, introduce them and help multiple generations? And you could also help their adult children or grandchildren buy their first rental property and get that multi-generational legacy going there for them. And even if they're not ready to take advantage of any real estate transactions, the fact that you can introduce them to the reverse mortgage and HECM and put them in a better place, you can also advise them to age in place safely using some of those funds to make their home more safe, to add an ADU so that they could live in there or rent it out, and really helping the senior gain more peace of mind and live their best life. And by doing this, you will become their go-to agent when it is time to sell their home. You will eliminate your competition because when it is they're thinking about selling, you will already have known what phase of life they're in. And then let's take a look at the two transaction side now, where understanding this product can lead to two transactions for every senior client. Because if you're going to help them downsize from a 2-story to single-story home, from that 4-bedroom home that was perfect for raising their family to a 1 to 2-bedroom home or condo, or looking at upsizing. A lot of seniors don't realize they can actually upsize because of the greater purchasing power they have with a reverse mortgage or the HECM for purchase. So they go from their family home to their dream home by the golf course. And for the California agents, Prop 19 is a benefit that you need to learn about to help those seniors transfer that tax basis over to encourage them to take advantage of moving to their dream home. And you could also guide them to buy a 2 to 4-plex, sell their single family home or condo and buy into a multi-family to create that their own private community with their friends, family, create that multi-generational living and additional income streams. And again, you have the opportunity to help them take advantage of the Prop 19 benefit, bringing more value to the table. So let's take a look at right sizing and how does that lead you to two transactions for every senior homeowner. HECM for purchase loan. It's the ideal tool for right sizing into a new home. Why? Because it requires less cash. Your senior only needs to come in with about 55 to 75% down payment on average. It's easier to qualify, like we mentioned, easier, more lenient income and credit qualifications, no mortgage payment for as long as they live in that property. So that's really powerful for seniors that they get to have this benefit. Let's take a look at a downsizing scenario that represents two transactions for you right there. If you were to help a senior sell their current home for $800,000 and they netted $740,000 and you help them buy a new home for $450,000, let's take a look at the difference between buyer A, who's using all cash, versus buyer B, who's going to be using the HECM for purchase. Senior buyer A is going to use all cash. They're going to have $290,000 left over, whereas senior B, by only having to put down 60%, they're going to have a lot more funds left over. So senior buyer A is benefiting from no mortgage payments, but look at senior buyer B. They also have no mortgage payments and they have $180,000 more cash on hand. Who do you think is going to be a happier senior, right? Buyer B using the HECM for purchase. If you have a client looking to right size, the only information our loan officers need to help them run the scenario is to get the age of all borrowers, home address or home value, estimated mortgage balance. So actually we only need those three pieces of information if we're going to run a scenario for a senior client who's just looking to refinance because they just want to stay in their home and benefit from tapping into their home equity and still lead to transactions for you, a referral commission like we pointed out earlier. But if it is a right sizing possibility, then providing us the expected net proceeds and the purchase price of their new home. Now, time for the last section. Let's partner together. Why partner with ARG? As a full-service mortgage broker, we are partners with over 90 banks and lenders. Yes, we have programs in Mexico. With our long-standing relationships, we will find your clients the best terms. Just show us a mortgage and we will likely find a better program that's better suited for your clients' goals and needs. We are subject matter experts with over tens of thousands of clients served, which means we value responsive, clear communication very highly. We understand the critical nature, urgent nature of your transactions, and we'll make sure that you and your client have an easy, positive experience. Because if you send your client to a loan officer who's never dealt with a reverse mortgage, they could really get stuck in the process asking your client to provide paperwork that's not even needed. With our company, we will ensure you will have a 30-day or faster closing. Our last recent HECM for purchase transaction closed in 22 days. So the agents on that transaction on both sides were extremely impressed and happy. We are here for you. Please text, email, call us anytime for questions, pre-approvals, running loan scenarios. We can nurture your leads for you who are not ready to sell and pass them on back to you when they are. Next steps, please reach out to get our handouts. We have FAQs on the HECM for purchase, the HECM loan, the HECM line of credit versus the traditional line of credit. We have conversation starters to help you generate those conversations to lead to more transactions and referrals. And we have a great Prop 19 summary to help you understand how this important benefit helps seniors so that they can save a lot of in taxes and help you generate more transactions, more listings and purchases. So please save my phone number and email address and reach out. And for any loan questions or needs, please call Mary and save her contact information. She is amazing to work with. Clients love her. Agents adore her because we call her the Wikipedia of loans. She is so knowledgeable and experienced and loves working with seniors and is so responsive. Agents love how on top of things she is and responsive and quick turnaround times. She's there to help educate and nurture your clients, run loan scenarios for your clients, and also discuss how we can support your senior-focused marketing and lead generation strategies. Finally, please follow us on social media. Find us under the name of American Retirement Group. Please scan these QR codes. Lastly, please find and follow us on social media under American Retirement Group on Facebook and Instagram. Please scan these codes. Check out our website. We are here to educate, entertain, and inform you. And we look forward to staying connected with you and your clients. So thank you so much. We're just down the hall.